it really goes to show that your soul is just like, why is your whole life revolved around impressing a man? If something is not serving you purpose, then maybe it's not meant for you. Worrying about what this person's posting, worrying about what this person's saying about you. If you and your partner can't communicate, then you guys can't be together. Like, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say that right now off the bat. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me already, I'm Amara and you should totally subscribe. So in today's video, I wanted to sit down with you guys and do like a little bit of a girl chat, girl talk. I told you guys to ask me questions on my Instagram or just like topics in general that you wanted to hear my opinion on, and I'm glad you guys left a lot of good topics and honestly appreciate my opinion enough to even leave a topic. So I have them all written here in my little notebook with my cute little pen. We have about like, I want to say 7 topics to go through today, which I'm really excited. I want this to be more conversational than ever. Like, I don't want to feel like I'm spitting things out at you guys and like you have to listen to me, because no. I guess you just wanted to hear my opinion on specific things and I'm going to give that to you. Sit down, grab a snack, because this is going to be a pretty long video. I want to say I'm aiming towards it being around 20 minutes long, but who knows, because I love to yap. I'm going to let you guys know my honest opinion on how I feel about things. I wrote it all down in my notebook, as you guys saw in the last clip. Let's get into it. Just to introduce myself to anybody that's new to my channel, my name is Amara. I am a junior in college. I study marketing. I'm currently a campus and influencer marketing intern, and I'm a full-time content creator aside from that. So I love all things beauty, fashion, marketing, pop culture, all that stuff. I love it. So that's just a little bit about me, because I know some of these questions are going to stem from that. And yeah, if you're new, don't forget to subscribe. So starting off, the first topic we have is the reality of being a young woman in the business field. Honestly, I feel like this is a super overlooked topic for the simple fact that like I'm a woman and I'm in the business field, specifically marketing. There's a lot of classes I've taken in the past, like finance or just economics, that it's very like male dominated, and that shouldn't mean a thing, honey. Especially for those girls looking into going into the business field, that's your point for you to shine. Don't ever let yourself feel like you can't thrive or flourish just because you don't see people that look just like you. I had to learn that, especially with like a lot of the classes I've been taking lately. A lot of my professors are very, I don't even know what the word is, but they just like, you know that they're going to favor a guy over a woman. And I've had that happen to me for this specific example, that like one of my professors, he literally made me do my assignment over 3 times. And if you see the people that always have to redo their assignments, it's always going to be the woman in our class. And I'm kind of just like, so honestly, those things just motivate me to do better and be those specific or just that one woman in that field, because girl, we could do it. Trust, we can do it. The reality is it's not going to be peaches and cream. It's not going to be rainbows and butterflies. Like, you're really going to have to fight and make your stance. And I feel like that's super important just for you to thrive and have your voice and make sure your voice is heard. Because one way or another, you're going to be representing people that are just underrepresented at the end of the day. Somebody asked me like, what's my top 5 things about being a girl? I ate with this one. I fear I ate. Respecting yourself and respecting others. Respecting yourself shows that you'll be able to respect another person. I know too many women, especially in my school or just in my surroundings, that do not respect themselves and do not respect other people. And it really goes to show that your soul is just ugly. Same thing with like being a girl's girl. There's so many girls out there that are not a girl's girls just for the simple fact that they want to impress a man. Like, why is your whole life revolved around impressing a man? You should be impressing yourself. My third one is no F's given, follow your dreams. And I feel like that goes with the first topic that we spoke about. Like, if you really have a dream and there's this person trying to push you back, do not give an F. Follow your dreams and do what makes you happy. I had to learn that as well too. Like, I had to follow my dreams. I had to quit my job to follow my dreams. I had to believe in myself. I had to believe in myself even if nobody else believed in me. And thank God I have the support system around me that does believe in me. But if I didn't, I would have had to give no F and just believe in myself. My 4th top thing about being a girl is just watering what waters you. I feel like that's super perfect when it comes to being a girl. Us as girls, we're very emotional. I'll tell you that straight out forward. We're very emotional, but we won't be that emotional if we water what waters us. So If something is not serving you purpose, then maybe it's not meant for you. And I've had to learn that with a lot of different things, whether it be brands wanting to work with me or just like programs I've gotten into my school and just being like, okay, this doesn't fit for me. I'm watering what waters me, and if I feel like it's not going to give me that same reciprocation and that same energy, then why should I waste my time doing it? Lastly is just like the cute things about being a girl, like getting ready, self-care, having those nights for yourself, having those solo dates. Literally after we finish filming this video, I'm going on a solo date. I'm gonna go to the mall. I'm probably gonna get myself a cute little acai bowl. I'm gonna make myself some breakfast before I leave the house. Like, just romanticizing your life and romanticizing the little things. I feel like that's what makes your world go round, if that makes sense. So honestly, those are my top 5 things of being a girl. I literally can go on and on because I just love being a girl and I love just being feminine. Okay, the next topic is like how to get through things on your menstrual cycle or just days specifically. I would say give yourself grace. That's super, super important. You don't have to get a million things done because you're in pain, you have cramps. I know some people have different side effects or just different things that happen to them when they're on their period. Like me specifically, I get cramps, but it hasn't been as bad as it used to be for me. So I'm still able to do things. I love going to workout classes. I love pushing myself and going to Pilates, or at least just going on the treadmill. Breaking a sweat and getting some cardio in honestly makes like the pain of like cramps and everything go away. Also, enjoying the little things. Like if you want to make yourself strawberries and Nutella and watch Sex in the City, you can totally do that. Like nobody's telling you you can't. If you feel like you're in a lot of pain and you need to take a day off, whether it be from work or from school, like do it. Give yourself that grace. Those are a lot of the things that I do when I'm on my menstrual. I still try to push myself and do a lot of things because I just feel like I'm a perfectionist and I'm a type A person, so I definitely have to get something done. But remember to give yourself grace in every aspect of your life. Someone asked me, and this is so perfect because I'm going on one today, favorite type of self-care and solo dates. I said coloring and ordering in food. I like to do that a lot when I'm back at school because right now I'm actually home. It's so much fun just ordering in your favorite type of comfort food, coloring, having some music on in the background. Like that is a whole vibe to me, and it just puts me in a different level of peace. And it doesn't involve you being on your phone, being on TikTok, worrying about what this person's posting, worrying about what this person's saying about you. Like you're in your own bubble and you actually enjoy your company. Another thing I like to do is just go to the city, go to try like new food places, or just, you know, explore. I feel like it's always good to get outside as well too. A lot of people like to stay inside but also like to be outside. I feel like that's me. I like to have an equal medium with things. During the summertime is when I like to go to the city a lot more. I haven't been able to lately, only for like specific events, whether it be for work or for school, but I haven't had the chance to just go and like go into Soho and enjoy. But that's what I love to do. When I'm back home, I love to go to the mall too, like just shop around, window shop, get myself a cute little matcha or just like refresher and just shop around and enjoy my company. Go try on clothes, go take pictures in cute clothes that I don't end up buying, but it's still a vibe, you know? But period. That's what I like to do. What do you guys like to do for your solo dates and just like self-care days? Self-care days specifically for me, I love doing like a hair mask. I love doing a face mask. I did one last night and I feel like I'm literally glowing so good. I also like, what else do I like to do? Go to the movies or just watch a movie at home. That's always my favorite thing to do. Light a candle, my favorite candle, do a lip mask, and scroll through Pinterest. Self-care nights are really great for me because I feel like my creative juices start to flow during that time, which is really, really great because then I can get a lot of content preparation done. I can think about things for my internship, like capstone project that we're working on. Okay, someone asked for travel tips. I'm very heavy on planning. Like plan out your whole trip from A to Z. Have an itinerary. Book the hotel first or like the Airbnb and then book your flights because flights seem to fluctuate. You could always like hit the jackpot on a cheap flight. I actually learned that for like my parents and my boyfriend. So that's what we're actually doing to plan my birthday vacation because my birthday is next month, guys. I'm turning 21, which is so crazy because I've been on YouTube since I was like 12 years old. So the fact that you guys have seen me grow, whoever's been here since day one, yes, like Yes. Also, research your surroundings. Like, that also goes in with like your itinerary of things you can do. Is there a festival going on during that time? Is there like a national holiday going on over there where you can celebrate and have a good time? Like street festivals, stuff like that. Look those things up because those are super important. And also just other people's experiences. Like, you can always look up the hotel you're staying on TikTok and see like if people really, really like it. What they didn't like about it, and just weigh the pros and cons to fit like your travel, I guess, niche. Save your money as well too. Like, if you want to be traveling, make sure like you save your money at least like 9 months ahead of time. That way you're not like struggling right before vacation starts to have money, to make sure you have money when you go over there to buy food, to buy souvenirs, to get drinks, like to do all these excursions. You want to make sure you're saving your money and planning accordingly. And lastly, I would say this is really big for traveling. Do things you wouldn't do when you're at home. Like, especially if you're going to somewhere like Costa Rica, go zip lining, go snorkeling, go doing all that stuff. Because 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be doing that when you're home. And trying new foods, going to karaoke, like doing fun stuff like that. I definitely say vacation is like a once in a lifetime type of experience, especially if you don't get to travel a lot. You want to make sure you're having fun and your money is stretching, girl. You don't want to pay like X amount of money and then you're not taking advantage of all of the amenities like your hotel has to offer, all of the amenities your Airbnb has to offer, all the amenities that like the surrounding area has to offer. Make sure you're taking advantage of everything. Pilates routine. Somebody asked about my Pilates routine, and personally, I don't have a specific routine, but I can tell you how many times I do go a week. I usually go 3 times a week, depending on my schedule, because I actually go to Pilates at my university. We have a Pilates instructor, and she teaches Pilates 3 times. She teaches it 4 times a week, but one of the days doesn't work for my schedule, so I go 3 times. And then the 4th day, I try to go like on the treadmill or the Stairmaster for at least 30 minutes. I usually like to watch a show when I'm doing that, or like listen to my favorite like hike playlist. I personally can't get around to listening to a podcast unless like I'm not even gonna lie to you. I can't listen to a podcast because I need to be looking at something. If I'm listening to a podcast, I low-key feel like I'm going to be looking at other people, especially when the podcast gets to a point where I'm just not interested anymore. I'd be looking at all the other people around me, and then I'd get like too hyper-focused on that stuff. So definitely watching a show. I love watching Pretty Little Liars because there's always some type of suspense happening. So it just makes you want to keep going. But that's just my opinion. Okay, this one I got a lot. And it's honestly just about balancing relationships. Like, if you and your partner can't communicate, then you guys can't be together. Like, I'm sorry. I'm just going to say that right now off the bat. If you guys don't know already, me and my boyfriend are going to make 5 years this year. And we've been together all throughout college, both juniors in college, going to different colleges an hour away from each other. So we kind of do like medium distance. I wouldn't even say it's long distance. When I first started college, I'm going to be so dramatic. I was like, it's long distance. I'm never going to see him. I ended up seeing him every weekend. So if he wanted to, he would. And if she wanted to, she would too, because it goes both ways. And I would say communication is key. Just communicating, especially if you can't talk all day. You can talk at the end of the day and be like, hey, like, how was your day? I saw that you ended up going to like this thing. Like, how was it? Do you have any plans for the weekend? Are we going to see each other? Stuff like that, like as mature adults, because especially when you get to college, you have to balance 10 million things. You need to learn how to communicate with your partner and let them know what your needs are as well as their needs. I feel like it's an equal medium with things. Something that's helped a lot with me and my boyfriend is we have a Google Calendar together, so I'm able to see like when he's busy and he's able to see when I'm busy. So that way I'm not calling him and like, oh my God, he's in class right now. That's why he couldn't pick up the phone. If I see like he has a free time on his schedule, then I'm like, okay, let me give him a call. It's around my lunchtime too, so I can talk to him and see like how his day is going. But if we have a really, really busy day, then it's like, okay, we won't speak until the evening time, and that's when we won't FaceTime. Like, we usually don't FaceTime throughout the entire day until the nighttime. Sometimes we FaceTime in the morning to say good morning, but it's very rare because our mornings do start at different times. But yeah, just keeping that communication, keeping the spark alive, trying to see each other every weekend and do fun things. Like, me and my boyfriend, if we are just ordering food in together on the weekend and like he comes to sleep over, like that's our type of night. And I think it's just because we've been together for a very long time. But when we do have those times where we can like just spend time together, go to the city, go to a new restaurant, hang out with our friends, we definitely do that. I just feel like it depends on the relationship. But if you guys can't come to that equal medium of communicating with each other, then what is the point of being together? Like, you really need to reevaluate your wants and your needs, and if this relationship is really meant for you. Also, giving your partner grace. Sometimes they may have a bad day and they probably won't even want to talk to you, or sometimes they have a bad day and they really, really need to talk to you and hear you out and just like hear you and vent to you. Be there for them, because at the end of the day, it's a partnership. You're a team. You work together. It's you guys against the issue, not that you guys against each other, if that makes sense. And then I also just said reminding myself of the end goal. Like, if you see longevity with your partner, like, make sure you're doing everything on your part. I would say, you know, I focus a lot on my school and my studies, and he does the same too, because we know like we want to have a great future together, and those are the things you have to work for. But yeah, thanks for listening to my TED Talk. That's like my relationship advice. That's what's worked for me, and it continues to work for me. And just having trust in your partner. If you don't trust them, don't be with them. I'm sorry. If they're not giving you a reason to trust them, then I'm sorry. All right, the next topic is favorite hygiene products. Yes, so I love the Vaseline body oil. I'll put the name exactly of what it's called on the screen. Dr. Bronner's peppermint. It's like that Castile soap. It's really, really good. I love using it on my back. For girls that got like back knee, I would say get like one of those sponges and just scrub your back with it. Like, it's always worked wonders for me, especially since, you know, your hair can be oily, you sweat, you have your hair down all of the time. It helped a lot. I love the Dove unscented bar soap, like the sensitive soap. And then I also go in after with the body wash. That one's I think it's like the cocoa butter one that I use, and it smells so good. And then when you pair it with the Vaseline after you get out the shower, like the shower oil. Oh, and also the L'Occitane shower oil. It's like the almond oil. Best products. Okay, so someone asked, what encouraged you to start YouTube and pursue your major in general? I guess I can just talk about me specifically, and I guess give you guys advice on how you can go about picking your majors. I know a lot of people that do watch me are not in college, or they want to go to college but they don't know how to go about picking their major. I'm going to tell you straight off the bat, there's a lot of people that choose their major that don't actually work in that field once they do graduate, because they have a change of heart or they have some sort of passion that basically changes their mind. But for me, to first start off with like why I started YouTube. I started YouTube because I honestly love watching it growing up as like a tween and a teen. I did watch TV, but I did watch a lot of YouTube on my own time, and I watched YouTubers like Bethany Moda. She was one of my biggest inspirations because she was just herself. I feel like that's really hard to find in a creator now, someone that's just their self in front of the camera. So she encouraged me. I did like little cute videos. I think my first video was like a back to school haul that I had posted, and I did it with my cousins, and my cousins and I were filming it on like my mom's like big giant iPad, so the quality was literally horrendous. And then I had gotten a GoPro that Christmas, so I started filming on that. I did like a Christmas 2016 video. So I've been on YouTube for quite a while, and I didn't realize I wanted to make it like more of like a career and just something that opened me up to other platforms to create content on. So I honestly really love that. And with that, I realized I love like all things digital, so that's why I went into marketing. Specifically, my dad used to have a store called Vatic Finery that was actually in the Upper East Side, and I was like their social media manager, helping with like socials and stuff. So that piqued my interest, and I couldn't have thanked him enough for allowing me to do that, because it made me realize what path I wanted to go down for the rest of my life. So then I chose marketing, and I obviously want to do marketing for things that I love. So beauty, fashion, lifestyle brands, like that's my dream. Specifically influencer marketing. I have an internship right now with an influencer marketing agency, Her Campus Media. So I have a great opportunity right now in my hands where I get to work with brands like Clinique, Victor and Rolf, Valentino, Sparkling Ice, Hallmark. The list goes on and on. Those are a lot of our clients, and basically what we do is we're a liaison. So we have our client, and then we also have our community of influencers. We give our client, the best influencers that we think can do the best job like on this specific campaign. So if they're looking for students in New York, then we'll give them all of our community members that are in New York. And if they're looking for students that create specifically beauty, fragrance content, then we'll give them our hand-picked selection. And a lot of these opportunities are paid or they're gifted, so it's just a great way for students or just people in general to get experience. Someone also wanted me to touch on some topics about self-love and balancing mental health with work and school. Like I said in the beginning of the video for one of the other topics that I was talking about, it's more so of just giving yourself grace. It's super important to realize that, you know, you are just a human and you can make mistakes. You can have a bad day. Something can't go right one day, and that's totally fine. I feel like we're always so stuck on the subject of being a perfectionist, and social media definitely, although I love social media and it's definitely my life, it definitely corrupts a lot of other people because you're comparing yourself. I've had to learn that, especially being in the limelight as a creator, that I can't compare my journey to other creators because I'm on my journey for my sole purpose. I shouldn't be worrying about what other people are doing, how fast they're going, how slow they're going, because what's important is me. And that also stems with self-love, loving yourself and loving the environment that you're in. If you love yourself, you could always switch the environment that you're in, because if you don't love the environment you're in, you have more than enough opportunities to switch that out. Me specifically with self-love, I just try to let myself know that I'm worthy, you know, always with those daily affirmations. I've always had my parents tell me to manifest the things that I want in my life, and I think that's definitely helped me with my self-love journey because I love myself enough to go for my dreams and not really care about what other people say. That also ties into what I said in the beginning of the video, no F's given, follow your dreams. If you love yourself, you can definitely do that. Do things to, you know, encourage you to love yourself, like go on walks, do your makeup, do your skincare, go shopping, like read a book, watch your favorite show, watch a new show, listen to podcasts about self-love and how you can just achieve it. And then on the topic of mental health while you're in school and you also work, I would say just give yourself grace, like I said. Not everything has to be done at that moment. The job is always going to be there. School is always going to be there. I know there's plenty of people that have taken like gap years off from school. School's always going to be there, but you have to have that motivation to push yourself to go back to school so that you could actually finish. I just think a lot of things come with time and your mentality, and your mental health is where it starts. Give yourself those days off if you need them. Communicate. I know with my internship specifically, if I feel super overwhelmed about something, I can communicate that and be like, okay, like I'm not sure that this task will get done today, but it will definitely get done by the ending of tomorrow. When I'm online, I'm just super overwhelmed right now with school, with work, and try not to stress yourself out because you could honestly end up like getting sick from that. I would just say take everything with a grain of salt and always make sure to give yourself grace, because sometimes you're going to be the only one patting yourself on the back, and that is okay. Remember that you are your own team. If you don't have those people behind you, remember you have yourself and you believe in yourself every single day and you're showing up for yourself. That's what I always try to remind myself. Like, I'm showing up for myself. I'm not doing it for my parents. I'm not doing it for my friends. I'm not doing it for my boyfriend. I'm doing it for myself and for my self-fulfillment. And that's honestly a form of self-love in itself. I got a lot of questions throughout this entire video about just like managing relationships, college, my internship, everything. Communication, giving myself grace, and Google Calendar. It's helped a lot. I plan out all of my days through that, whether I have a meeting for school, a meeting for my internship, meeting for content creation on the side with any brands I'm working with, class, if I have to go to a workout class. So I'm keeping myself and holding myself accountable. I think the really big thing about me this year was just holding myself super accountable with whether it be content creation or my internships or networking with professionals or going to class, doing my homework, acing those tests, spending time with my boyfriend and checking in our relationship, like spending time with my parents, making sure I call my parents every day, because believe it or not, like I go away for school and sometimes I'm having a rough day and I'll text my parents like, hey, like can't call you today, but I'm going to call you tomorrow. Like have a great night. Make sure I text them good morning and good night. Like those are my two non-negotiables to make sure like at least I hear from them and they know that I'm alive. As funny as it may sound, it's true. Another thing I'll add to it is also like If there's events going on in your school, invite your significant other. Like, introduce them to your friends. They don't have to be best friends with your friends, but at least they get to know your friends and familiarize themselves with them. That way, when there's events, they don't feel awkward. They don't feel like they're left out. Like, my boyfriend comes to a lot of events that my friends are at, and they love him, and they always ask, like, oh, when is he coming again? And that's great because, you know, you feel included. Same thing with like me. Like, I go to my boyfriend's school and I hang out sometimes. I try to go to different things. Like, if his school's having a concert, like last year I went to his school for like their spring fling concert, and they had a boogie, and I had a great time, and we got to just listen to his music together. He does the same thing when we have our spring concerts at St. John's, which is our Storming Loud event, and it's great because I work those events, so sometimes I could give him like little VIP access, I guess you could say. But yeah, like, that's literally the best thing you can do. Just make them feel included and make them feel wanted. But yeah, guys, those were all my topics for the girl talk. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If there's something you want me to make this like a series that I do once a month, let me know, because we can definitely keep talking about other topics. Let me know how you feel about specific topics in the comments. If there's anything you want to add, or if there's anything you want to touch on in my next video, I definitely can do that for you guys. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.